These are the highest paid TV presenters of 2025. Let's get to the list. Colbert is a favorite to win the Emmy for Outstanding Talk Series this weekend, which would be his first win as host of The Late Show, though he did previously win 10 for The Colbert Report on Comedy Central. The 61-year-old host will remain on CBS until next May, and news of his cancellation has only juiced his viewership ratings further over his competitors. ABC's late-night host. Since 2003, Kimmel has publicly mulled retirement for years and has a contract that will expire in mid-2026. Outside of Jimmy Kimmel Live, the 57-year-old comedian hosts the rebooted celebrity version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And voiced a character in this summer's Smurfs movie. During this Emmy season, Kimmel has actively campaigned for his direct competitor, Stephen Colbert, calling CBS's claims that Colbert's show was losing $40 million per year beyond nonsensical. With a show ready-made for social media, Fallon's The Tonight Show dominates late-night competitors in the digital space, but remains third in the ratings. And the 50-year-old host has found another use for his joyful enthusiasm, hosting game shows like Password and That's My Jam, as well as a new reality competition show on Brand that debuts on NBC on September 30th. In one of the more unique sports media moves in recent history, Fox let Joe Buck out of the last year of his contract in 2022 to join booth partner Troy Aikman at ESPN, in exchange for the broadcast rights to a Penn State-Purdue college football game. The 56-year-old Buck is now the highest-paid play-by-play announcer in sports history, and though he called a record 24 World Series at his previous network, he's largely stuck to Monday Night Football at ESPN, outside of a few one-off MLB games like this year's opening day Brewers-Yankees game. A verbal slip-up from the Good Morning America co-host last fall led to Donald Trump's libel lawsuit against ABC and the network's subsequent $15 million settlement payout. But ABC immediately backed the 64-year-old political veteran, renewing his deal in December. The pact includes a new politics show on Hulu and 4-hour-long primetime specials, though it's ABC's David Muir, not Stephanopoulos, who will continue to host the network's special news reports. Since 2010, Harvey has hosted more than 1,100 episodes of Family Feud, not including international versions and spin-offs. One of those, Celebrity Family Feud, had its biggest season premiere in 3 years in July, attracting 4.2 million viewers. The 68-year-old also earns several million from a syndicated radio show on weekday mornings. Though Cooper serves as an occasional correspondent to CBS's 60 Minutes, the real money comes from his work on CNN, where he hosts a primetime show every weeknight and a weekly deep dive show on Sundays. The 58-year-old has been at the network since 2001. Romo's 10-year, $180 million deal with CBS kicked off an earnings bonanza in early 2020, ushering in the era where NFL broadcast talent can earn more money than most of the players on the field. While the ex-Dallas Cowboys quarterback still sits in the number 1 booth with Jim Nantz, he could soon be feeling the pressure around the corner from former defensive end J.J. Watt, who was recently signed to CBS's number 2 team. ESPN's desire to have a Super Bowl-ready broadcast team for the 2026 season came at a price, luring the Hall of Famer away from Fox with a contract that is just a wee bit larger than the one CBS gave to fellow former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo. ESPN's deal with the former Indiana Colts punter includes talent fees for his work on College Game Day and a licensing fee to air the Pat McAfee Show on the network, which the 38-year-old host uses to pay his staff and production costs. The deal structure means less take-home pay, but he maintains ownership and editorial control of the program. McAfee also served as a longtime commentator for WWE matches until June, when he stepped back from the role, citing fatigue. In March, the reigning champion of sports talk shows got a pay bump from $12 million to $20 million annually, believed to be the largest contract ever given to an ESPN talent. As part of the new deal, Stephen A. will actually appear on fewer ESPN programs, freeing up time for projects such as his podcast, and though he's denied it many times, perhaps a run at presidential politics. Just a few years into a 10-year, $210 million contract with Turner Sports, Barkley threatened to retire last fall after his network lost the rights to broadcast NBA games. Instead, a deal was struck allowing Inside the NBA to continue being produced by Turner, keeping in place Barkley's longtime co-hosts Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal, who Forbes estimates makes $15 million for the role, but air before and after games on ESPN and ABC. The 54-year-old morning show fixture has been through many co-hosts since taking the live job in early 2001, working with Regis Philbin, Michael Strahan, and Ryan Seacrest before being paired with her husband, Mark Consuelos, in 2023. The duo also have a separate series on ESPN, Running with the Wolves, cataloging their journey owning Italian soccer club Campobasso FC. Going toe-to-toe with Donald Trump at a town hall in 2020 led to a massive pay raise for the 53-year-old Today host, who was the highest-paid member of the show even before the departure of co-host Hoda Kotb in January, because of her ability to handle important political interviews for NBC, as well as holiday specials like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Morning shows are not only still highly profitable. In the case of Good Morning America, Forbes estimates the show accounts for the majority of ABC's broadcast news revenue. That's why the 64-year-old Roberts, who celebrated 20 years as GMA's co-anchor this year and has overseen the network's #1 position in the ratings for the last 13 years consecutively, is the highest-paid talent at ABC. She also hosts primetime specials, such as a 20-year anniversary retrospective on Hurricane Katrina, which aired in late August. During an MSNBC contract renewal in late 2024, it's estimated that Maddow took a salary cut from $30 million annually to $25 million. A network spokesperson disputed the reported number, 2 years after switching from a 5-nights-a-week schedule to appearing only on Mondays. Still, she remains the face of the recently rebranded MS Now and has found other platforms to share her political commentary, including a weekly podcast and a handful of best-selling books. While meteoric talents have come and gone from Fox News, the 63-year-old Hannity has been at the network since its inception in 1996, making him the longest-running primetime host in cable history. And these days, TV isn't even his main gig. Hannity's syndicated radio program reaches more than 600 stations nationwide, and his ownership stake in the show earns him more than $30 million each year. Strahan is earning more money as a TV host than he ever did as a Hall of Fame defensive end for the New York Giants. He has lucrative deals with both Fox, as a studio analyst on the network's NFL coverage, and with ABC to co-host Good Morning America and the $100,000 Pyramid. In addition to his TV work, Strahan also has revenue from personal appearances and his company, Sumac Entertainment, a talent management company that houses his personal brand. In her heyday, Judge Judy commanded more than $45 million per year for her eponymous show and owned the rights to its catalog of episodes. Since selling the rights back to CBS and leaving the network in 2021, she remains a producer on the network's hot bench. The 82-year-old Sheindlin has started up 2 new court shows on Amazon's streaming channels. In a 2024 deal renewal, Amazon began syndicating Judy Justice out to hundreds of local TV stations, an important bargaining chip to maintain her lofty fees. Last September, Seacrest replaced the legendary Pat Sajak as the host of Wheel of Fortune, in addition to his regular hosting duties on American Idol and ABC's New Year's Eve program, which he also produces. Add in his radio show, which runs for 4 hours every weekday and pays him more than $10 million per year, and the 50-year-old host is almost never not on the air. HBO's late-night offering Last Week Tonight is an Emmys juggernaut, winning 30 statues in the past 10 years, and drives an impressive amount of sign-ups to the re-christened HBO Max, which is how its 48-year-old host has earned a deal nearly double the size of what his late-night colleagues make at the networks. Much to Oliver's dismay, last year, Warner Bros. Discovery hoped to maximize streaming engagement by delaying the posting of the show's clips to YouTube for several days, but reversed course with the 12th season in February. Much like the other top chefs on TV, Ramsay has set up a mini-universe of culinary shows for Fox, including Hell's Kitchen, MasterChef, and Next Level Chef, enough to land the same top-of-market overall deal value in March. Yet unlike Bobby Flay and Guy Fieri, the 58-year-old Ramsay currently holds 8 Michelin stars in his restaurant group and 40 million followers on TikTok, where he blew up during the pandemic roasting other users' cooking videos. Overall, deals like Flay's, which was renewed in November to match Fieri's annual total, charges every talent, producing and personal appearance fee, and in some cases even cuts of ancillary businesses like physical products and restaurants against a set annual total. To make the deal worth it, the 60-year-old chef will have to stay busy, with Bobby's Triple Threat debuting earlier this month and 2 other shows, Beat Bobby Flay and BBQ Brawl, currently in production. The mayor of Flavortown reset the market for lifestyle talent with his 3-year, $100 million overall deal signed in late 2023, making him the highest-paid talent at the Food Network after it merged with Warner Bros. Discovery a year earlier. The 57-year-old restaurateur has made nearly 600 episodes of diners, drive-ins, and dives since it debuted in 2007. And he produces or appears in numerous programs across the WBD portfolio. Television insiders say the true value of Fox's Hail Mary deal to land the 7-time Super Bowl champion after his retirement from football in 2022 is impossible to calculate, since some of his compensation is in company stock, the price of which has risen significantly since Brady signed. In addition to his duties in the commentary booth, which began last fall to mixed reviews, Brady serves as a Fox ambassador in a number of company functions, which are used to justify the enormous compensation package. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, subscribe to the channel to watch more. See you next time.